So a couple of days ago, Price Empire tweeted out this. They said soon with some eyes emojis. That meant, something was coming, and not necessarily everyone knew exactly what to expect or what they were talking about. But what they were talking about was the CS2 markets, or the Counter-Strike markets overall, reaching a new all-time high. We were getting very, very, very close. And this is a big thing because the last couple of years have been a little bit bad for some people because we are down from those all-time highs we saw in 2023 during the CS2 market hype and then the big collapse and the big crash after that. But now things are finally turning around. Things are looking good once again. In this video today, we're going to be talking about all the records that the CS2 markets have been breaking lately and all the good news that should have you super, super excited about the future of the CS2 markets and CS2 investing. But of course, before we get into that, I just want to mention real quick my cash trading business. If you are looking to sell any of your CS2 items, turn them into cold hard cash, crypto, or any other payment method, definitely hit me up over on Twitter. It's going to be the first link in the description below. I like to buy pretty much anything and everything for the right price, but of course we like to get those bigger deals done. So if you guys are looking to sell, knives, gloves, expensive skins, if you're looking to maybe sell your entire inventory or even cash out bulk cases or whatever, I would love to help you guys get a deal done and help you get your inventory cashed out safely, effectively, and efficiently. And of course, you're helping support me, my channel, and my content, which I would appreciate a ton. With that being said, let's get right into today's video because we have tons of stuff to talk about because there have been tons of stuff going on. So this was the first kind of tweet which showed, hey, the CS2 markets were still doing quite well. This is something I've talked about a couple of videos ago where Price Empire said global markets are crashing, but CS2's market cap is about to break a new all-time high. Again, we were not quite at those new all-time highs just yet because, again, we hit those back in like April or May of 2023. Again, that was right after the CS2 limited test came out when people were so excited about CS2, saying CS2 is going to take Counter-Strike to the next level. We're going to have 5 million players. There's going to be $10 billion in the markets. Every skin's going to go insane. It's going to fix the cheating issue. It's going to fix everything. But then guess what? The real CS2 came out and the markets crashed because the game was not finished. The game was not in a great state. It didn't fix all the problems. And the player base actually dropped. It didn't even rise. And a lot of money left the markets. And then also a ton of other things. Crypto went crazy. US stocks went crazy. A lot of money left Counter-Strike and went into other kind of assets and asset classes and everything. A lot went into this. But mostly at the end of the day is because CS2 was not a finished product. It was not a good product on release. And again, people who bought during those highs, which was a lot of people, it takes a lot of buying to get us up to those highs, it crashed. And many people's investments over the past couple of years were flat, were down, and people were waiting to see how long it was going to take for them to get back to even and get back to some new all-time highs. And then finally, we got there March 6th, a couple of days ago. Breaking news after 687 days, which in the CS markets feels like an eternity because the CS markets, we're so used to insane volatility. We're used to, shortened hype cycles and crash cycles. Crash doesn't last very long. Hype doesn't last very long. We're constantly moving. 687 days between all-time highs. That is a long, long, long time. And for so many people, they got out of the markets over the past couple of years. I know within the past year, there was so many, even like big name people who were like, okay, CS2 sucks. I'm selling everything. I'm going into crypto. Like CS sucks. It's never coming back. Valve doesn't care. Why would I have my money in this game? And guess what? People who sold in 2024, they're now missing out on a pretty crazy run right now in 2025. And I don't think we're done just yet. I think we're going even higher. And I think there's tons of signals and tons of metrics and tons of data right now that kind of proves that as well. But after 687 days, CS2's item economy has broken a new all-time high of 4.277 billion. We are so unbelievably back. The market revival coincided with the release of the Call to Arms update for CS2, which released on February 7th of 2024. Very, very big update. Custom sticker placement, 5x crafts, I believe a new case, lots of cool stuff. I think another very, very big catalyst was the Armory update as well, because that was a really, really cool thing. The Armory has been a really fun addition for so many people. Not only did it give us a ton of new content, but it also gave us incentives to actually play and grind the game. Train, being added. Like there's been a lot of cool stuff. And just overall, so many game optimizations that have come out over the past 2 years, which all add up to a very, very big difference between CS2 right now and CS2 on release. It is still not perfect. It is still not a finished product, but it's getting closer and closer to that every single day. And the player base and the retention of players has definitely shown that and proved that as well. We survived the death of CSGO and the rocky release of CS2. The future of Counter-Strike looks brighter than ever before as we are recording record player numbers and growing esports fan base, especially in China. And no, it's just not bots and case farmers. Again, that's so much, that's the common cope and the common misconception. Everyone's like, yeah, CS has a ton of players, but it's all bots. And again, It can't all be bots. That wouldn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. People are seeing, all-time high engagement on all their platforms. We're seeing skin prices go up, which is not due to bots. Player base kind of going up. Market's going crazy. Are there some bots? Yes. Are there case farmers? Yes, but it's nowhere near the majority. And CS2 is actually just in a boom right now. And you can cope. You can sit on the sidelines, whatever, but you're going to be the ones missing out ultimately at the end of the day. CSGO, CS2 cases, armory items, low tier, mid tier, and high tier items have all been reaching record prices, which is a good thing to see, of course. There's strength in the market all across the board. It's not like just one niche or one sector that's kind of carrying the thing or making things look artificially high. Everything is going up. It has been almost impossible to not be making money in the CS2 markets over the past, I want to say like 6 months, but really the past 3 months, but mostly the past like 6, 7, 9 months, somewhere in there. And again, not bad for a game that's been called dead over 100,000 times. Again, you can see here Counter-Strike, and this is even, hey, we know the player base numbers are going up, we know the markets are going up, but even on the esports side, things are looking incredibly strong as well. We've hit a peak of 1.3 about million viewership just in 2025, and again, we haven't even had a major in 2025 either. Again, the first major of 2025 is going to be happening in June, so we still have plenty of time to absolutely smash these numbers. Right now, we're slightly behind Valorant, but again, once the awesome major comes in, we're going to hit a number that's way higher than 1.3 million, and viewership should be looking very, very, very strong. But still, even for now, 1.3 million is looking very good. Clearly one of the S tier amazing esports out there. So esports viewership's looking great, player base numbers looking great, market's looking great. What more do you need? What else could you possibly want? I have this tweet pulled up again, apparently. The Counter-Strike market, Counter-Strike skins market cap hit an all-time peak, marking the highest value in CS history. Again, awesome to see. We are now reaching those numbers that we saw back during that CS2 limited test. And I think the best thing is that CS2 limited test, the market went insane. If you look at a graph, of Counter-Strike, it was like, hey, we always saw consistent, solid growth. And then CS2, the test came out, and the market just went straight up. And then it kind of came straight back down and started to flatten out. But if you zoomed out, you saw there was still an overall uptrend over time, even though we were down from the all-time highs, because things just pulled way too far forward, way too fast, and it was all based off hype and hysteria and, the dreams of what CS2 could be. But now we are seeing growth in a time where there's not really even anything going on. We haven't had any new content in the past couple months. There's no major going on right now. There's no new case. There's no new items. Nothing new has come out in the past couple months, and still the markets are growing, the player base is climbing, everything's climbing. And again, that is much healthier. That is a much, much, much better sign. So I know there's some people getting scared, like, hey, last time we hit this number in the market cap, things crashed back down. So now we're hitting this number again. Is it time to sell? Should we be taking our gains so we can buy that next dip? But I don't necessarily know if that dip is coming, because again, this is not necessarily prices hitting an all-time high because of, some hysteria or some mania or some crazy reason. This is just things growing kind of organically over time and seeing really, really strong growth numbers and kind of getting us back on that natural growth pattern where, throughout CS2's history, things have pretty much always grown. We've pretty much always been hitting new all-time highs. Yeah, there's a couple of crashes, a couple down periods in there, but more often than not, year over year, CS and the CS economy has always grown. And right now, to me, this looks like a much, much healthier time where I would not be scared. I would not be selling. Again, right now, I'm even buying. I think all times are a good time to buy if you think the markets are going to continually go up. But I think, we have a new case probably coming sometime soon in 2025. We have the Austin Major in a couple of months. We have probably new armory stuff coming at some point in 2025. There's so many more catalysts for what could send these markets even higher. I'm not going to be sitting on the sidelines when that stuff comes out and when it happens. Yeah, could there be some risk of things dropping or crashing or whatever? Yeah, sure, that's always there. But guess what? If and when that happens, I'm going to be buying the dip. I don't need to sell out to buy the dip. I always have, more money coming in, and that's why it's important to have, income or a job or whatever, some way to have money coming in so you can always buy those dips and always be accumulating stuff in the markets. Nothing but a sea of green across the board for liquids. Market's pretty crazy lately. Shout out to Hedge Maze stonking 40% in 2 months. Really, really crazy. We're seeing liquid skins, knives, gloves, everything just, going pretty insane in the last 24 hours, in the last 7 days, in the last 30 days, in the last 60 days. All green, all across the board. The only red you can even see anywhere on here is the field-tested Dragon Lore being down 0.79% in the last 7 days, but it's even up in the last 30 days, 60 days, whatever. Everything is looking so good right now. Again, cases are up, liquids are up, low tier, high tier, mid tier, everything has been going pretty insane. CS2 is currently at an all-time high, record players, record high skin prices, and record high case prices for CS2 and CSGO. What the hell did Valve do? Seriously, what do they do? Because it seems like they do nothing, and this keeps happening. And again, We've not had any new necessarily huge updates or content or anything recently, and still things are going insane. Epidemic, he says, FYI, even for a niche service like CS2 Inspects, the numbers are up, doing nothing but works for Valve, and I don't think the bot cope is real. Again, this just kind of goes to show that, yeah, the game is seeing growth, but also all the ancillary products as well, like the services people are providing. I can say, hey, my YouTube channel, my viewership's been crazy lately. Everything to do with CS and the CS economy and the CS markets and the game and the esports, everything is trending up right now. It is really a great time to be involved in Counter-Strike 2 and, you know, anything to do with that. I thought also just some really cool side news, that stuff that I wanted to include in videos where I didn't necessarily know where else I was going to be able to put it. Hey Zeus tweeted out this. He said apparently YouTube is cracking down on gambling sponsors. I wonder how much effect this is going to have on skin gambling sites. I think this could be a really, really good sign. You know, if they do start to crack down on skin gambling sites, I would personally love to see that. Less skin gambling stuff is, one, going to be less people in the CS markets losing money, then hopefully more money being put into, you know, genuine advertisements and stuff like that. And then also hopefully that means less money for, you know, people involved in stuff like supplying to gambling sites and stuff like that, which should also be great for people like me and you and other people in the skin market. So I do hope that's something cool that YouTube and Valve continue to crack down on. And also other kind of even, you know, niche sales and big item sales and stuff like that, those are continuing to trend up as well, which I think is cool and a good sign. This Phase 1 Kukri case hardened minimal wear just sold for apparently $15,000 on CS Flow, which is kind of a cool item sale that I want to show to you guys. This is what it looks like in game. It's pretty much almost entirely blue. Definitely a cool skin and a cool knife, but $15,000, I don't know. That is a very, very crazy sale. Also, again, we have the CS2 player base. Our player base average is now for the month of March over 1 million. And this also marks the 5th straight month of the average player base numbers increasing. And again, here you can see that 1.783 million peak players closing in on the all-time high for Counter-Strike in general. Again, 1.8 million hit in May of 2023. That was in CSGO. So the CS2 high is this 1.783 number, which is getting very, very close to that peak CS2 number. And once we do hit that, that's going to be another milestone and barrier that I think could send things even crazier and even higher. And then in terms of case unboxing as well, so far in the past 30 days, we've seen 23 million cases unboxed, which is a very, very, very strong and very great number. That means all the rare cases are just, you know, being eaten into that supply. That's a great sign. So I'm definitely going to continue investing into, you know, trade up skins and cases as I've been doing. It's been working so far, and I don't really see it stopping anytime soon. But yeah, CS2 right now, breaking records, smashing records all over the place. I think it's a great time to be involved in the markets and anything to do with CS2. So pretty much it for the video today, guys. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.